So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build the Live Oak Animal Hospital app you see here. Now you may not want your app to look just like this, but by watching this video you will quickly pick up on some tips and tricks that you can incorporate into your app, the one that you want to make. So this is the default app when you first create your Easier App account. Now granted, it's not much to look at right now, but just wait. In a few minutes this app will not only look fantastic, but can be completely functional as a web and native app. Now, as with many things in life, there tends to be a certain order in which to do things to achieve the best results. Easier App is definitely one of those things. The first step to creating your own stunning app is to add your content. Trying to style and color your app prior to adding content will most certainly lead to confusion and frustration. So trust me on this one. Add as much content as you can before doing anything else. Now, I'm not going to bore you with typing all the content for this app, but I will go through the content section to show you what I did add. So here's our app with the content added, but of course is not yet styled or colored. When we're done, our app will look like this. Now to add our content, let me go back here. To add our content, we simply go to Content and then move through this section adding what we want to appear in our app. Now adding content is mostly fill in the blank, so without much effort you can quickly get your app up and running. Let me show you what I added to this app. I went to HTML and text pages. I added the doggy cam, which is a live stream. They do use Ustream to live stream their dogs at the kennel, which is a really cool feature. Their hours that they're open, of course. We moved to phone numbers. We added their phone number, so it's tap to call. We added their social media link. They just have Facebook. We did join our list link so people can add their email address to our list for this app so they can get updated information and things like that. We have an email us form that we added. Rate us so people can rate our thumbs up, thumbs down, that sort of thing. Make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing. Addresses in Google Maps. Again, just all fill in the blank, add address and map to their location. This is an interesting thing that was added in the custom forms. People can schedule an appointment from the app, so that's pretty useful. We did not do any scratch offs. We have no events. We did add several images to the photo gallery. No punch card, no products or services yet. At some point we will add products and services to this app. No restaurant menu, of course, because it's not a restaurant. And no link to their desktop site. So all that we added, this is what it will look like. And of course, this is a far cry from this, but we're going to get there shortly. Now that we have our content, we can begin styling and coloring our app. Now where I always like to start is adding my background, whether it's a color or a graphic. So in this particular app, we're going to actually add a graphic. So we go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, scroll down to Background, and this is where background color, and this is our background image. I'm going to click background image. And then we have two things here. We have tiled background images and full page background images. We can click tiled background images, and basically these are just snippets of graphics that will then tile across your app. These are the ones that we have available if you would like to use that. If not, you can click this big red button that says upload image, and you can upload your own tiled graphic. And here's full page background images, and this is what we're looking for right here. But these are the full page background images that we provide, and of course you can always upload your own, and that's what we're trying to do. So upload image. Here's the background, and that tells me what the current image is here. And one thing I want to do, I want to always click save. But I want to show you something. As you can see, there's no background. All of this here is in the foreground. Scroll down now, we can see things are in the background. Of course, that's our social media link. And to give you an idea, it's kind of cool. Is let's go to main links so you can kind of get an idea of. Then we'll go to text content box, which is the tab right here. We'll do this transparency, and then you can see the background begin to shine through. So that kind of gives you an idea of where the background is. It is completely behind all of this, but that's what we wanted to do. So that's we have our background, and then we're going to mess with the header and footer next. Now that we have our background, next I'll complete the header and footer. And let me show you the header and footer on the app that we're creating. The header, of course, is up here above the links, and the footer is down here uh, below the links and below our social media. And let me show you what the app looks like currently. This is the header, this is the footer down here, and right now we're going to make it look like this. And it's really quite simple to do. We're going to go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, Header, and what we want to do is go to Background, and I know what color I want. We'll change it there. We need to knock the transparency down so it's not such a bright red. About 83. Go there. So that changes that up. Then we need to go to the title bar, which of course this is the title bar, and that's the title of our app there. And what I want to do is change the title text color. I'm just going to click and drag that over. I want to make that white. And then I want to change the button text icon color, this right here. I want to change that to that red that we're using. And there's our header, and that looks good. Of course, the footer is uncolored or unstyled. And what's interesting, I'm going to click save. What we can do here is there's a shortcut. If you want your header and footer to look exactly the same, we can then go to footer, and it says use header colors. We can click that. We can say yes, copy, and boom. Same thing as the top. So that saves you a little bit of time. Click save, and now our header and footer are done, and we can look at the original app, and you'll see that the header and footer look just the same. You know, one thing I almost forgot to do in this step was add our header image. Let me show you what the header image is. It's this graphic right here. And of course that we're doing, we've done our header, but I forgot to put the image in. So what we do is we go to General Settings, Header, Images, Add New Image, upload an image, find the image you want, then click Add. Never forget to click Save. You don't click Save, it will not save your work. So let's go back to Preview. Then I want to hit Reload Preview for our main preview so we can see what it's looking like now. So there we go. Now it's getting a little bit closer. That's the actual app. This is the one that we're building. Next, we're going to do something with these main links on the home page. Okay, next we need to style and color our main links for the app. What I mean by main links are these links here that actually take us to the actual content of the app. So you see what the app that we're building looks like. That's what the main links look like. This is what the links look like for the completed app. So how do we do that? And it's simple enough. We're going to go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, Main Links, and then what we're going to do is choose Pre-Made, and these are all the pre-made links that we've provided. I mean, you can build your own links, or you can choose pre-made, or shoot, you can have no links at all on the home page if you don't want. But for this one, we used these. course, it makes the links just like that. Of course, it's the wrong color and all that, but we're going to fix that. So then let's go to settings. For the width, I actually want to change instead of pixels, I want to go to percent. Of course, that changed it to 100%, but I don't want 100%. I want to make these about 49%. There we go. And the spacing width, I want to move that to 2. And as you see, as I'm moving these sliders, things are changing over here, obviously. The spacing height, I want to 2. And everything else we're going to leave the same. Then we need to go to icon content box. And then we need to change the background colors, obviously. So we're going to add colors. And we're actually going to add 3 colors. Because if you look on the actual app, there are 3 different, that's a color, that's a color, and that's a color. And it repeats. That's the same color as that. That's the same color as that. That's the same color as that. I'm going to show you how we do that. So we go to the icon content box. I'm going to hit cancel. The icon content box is going to be up here, and you're going to see that change in just a second. So add a color. And you see how the box, that's the icon, and that's the box that holds the icon. Let's add another color. And let's add one more. And then what we need to do actually is we need to remove this blue. So just click remove and click yes. And then you see the icon content box are the colors that we're looking for. So then let's go, and nothing else changed here. So then let's go to well, icon. We're going to use white icon, so we're not going to change the color of that. The text content box, which is down here, this is the text, and this is the box that houses the text. And we need to go in, and we need to change those colors again. So add color. Add another color. And then add our last color. And then we need to remove this blue. And that's looking much, much better here. And that gives us that. Let's click save. And it's saved. Of course, we hit reload preview here, and it's going to load our header graphic that wasn't there earlier. But let's go see what this looks like as compared to the actual app. I'm at preview. I need to hit reload preview so it loads up our newest code. So this is the app that we're creating, and the home page is looking pretty good here, huh? This is the actual app right here. So it's coming together quite nicely. Now we need to style and color the content body. And let me kind of show you what I mean by the content body. Let's go to, say, hours open. This is unstyled and uncolored right here. Everything in here. Let me show you what it looks like. Styled and colored. Hours open. This is the app that's actually live. And you can see there's it's transparent a little bit, and the border color is different, that sort of thing. And we're going to update that right now, and it's really easy. So this is the app that we're building. Let's go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, Content Body, and then let's go to here so we can actually see our changes as we're making them. And the transparency, we're going to knock that down to about 74. There you go. And you can see the background shining through. And the border size, we're going to bump that up to 1 so we can actually have a border. And then I want to change the border color to that color green. And then we want to click Save. And I want to go to the large preview here and hit Reload Preview. You can see what's going on. I'm going to click Hours Open, and then you can see what we just did. And this is the actual app. So, and this is the one we're building. Actual app looks exactly the same. Now, one thing we do need to change, and I'm going to go to Menu, whoops, not Menu, I'm going to go Home. And let's go to, right now it says Addresses and Maps. And one thing we need to change here is this is a tab bar in the header area. And as you see here, it says address, and it gives us the address. You can click map, and it'll show you the map of the location. Directions, it'll give you, as long as your GPS is on, it'll give you the turn-by-turn GPS directions. But as you see, this is uncolored, and the selected color is blue. Of course, none of that fits with our color scheme. So what we need to do is go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, right here. And then since this is in the actual header area, let's go to Styles and Colors, Header. And let me get there so we can see what we're doing. And again, I said that's a tab bar. So let's go to Tab Bar. And then let's start changing this here. The text color I want to be white. You see it changed that to white. The background color, I want this to match everything else on the site. And then the selected color. You see it's blue when it's selected. Well, we don't want it to be blue. I want to make it a kind of a lighter hue of red. So let's change that color. There we go. And you see whenever it's selected, it'll turn that color. So let's click Save. Let's go to the main preview. I'm going to hit Reload Preview. And so when we go to the location area, now it looks the way it's supposed to look. We can go to Map, and it'll give us the map of the location, that sort of thing, and you see how that changes colors. So that looks much, much better. So now we need to color and style our form elements. So let me show you what those are. And in this app, we actually have a lot of form elements. Let's go to Join List, and then you will see that the content body, everything in like back here is already colored. But say our text inputs, switches, buttons, all of these are uncolored. And that's just one example. Let's Share App is another one that has form elements. These text inputs, that sort of thing, submit buttons. I think there's another one. Oh yeah, our schedule appointments. That's another, has a lot of different form elements, checkboxes, things like that. And we need to style and color those. So how do we do that? In fact, before we do that, let me show you what it looks like. Let's go to Join List here. This is what it looks like on the real app, and that's Join List. Let me show you what it looks like now, unstyled and uncolored. So let's get it to look like the actual app. So let's go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. Then we go to Forms. And let's actually go to a form here. Let's go to Join List so we can kind of see what we're doing. The labels, which are these up here, nothing changed. The same color and same size and font, everything was used. So let's go to Text Inputs, which of course is here. Text Input is that. That is the inputs. And I'll show you more about that in just a second. But we're going to make that white. And then let's make the background color using. So we made the text color white and the background color is that. So now when I type it in, you see the text color is white. So then let's do drop down to radio buttons and switches. And of course that's a switch right there, and I'll show you what happens. Let's change the text color to white. Of course now you can't see it, but we'll fix that in just a second. Again, we have a selected color here, so when we move it, you see it's blue. Well, we don't want it blue. So let's change that to the selected color that we've used throughout the app. And then, of course, let's change the background color. And click Save. And now you see when we move it over, it's that lighter red instead of blue. Looks much, much better. Then we need to move to buttons, and this is our button here. And again, we're going to make that white, the text color like all the others. And then I want to make this padding. Before we do that, let's do the background color so you can see what's happening a little bit better. Okay, so now I want to go to the padding. I'm going to increase that a little bit to 19 to make that button a little bit more prominent. It's got a border now. I'm going to knock that border off 0. And then that's our button right there. Click Save. Then I want to go to the main preview and hit Reload Preview so it reloads our newest code. So let's take a look at what we did. Join list. That's what we did there. Let's go look at another. Whoops. Let's go back to Home. Share app. That has other form elements. And then, of course, our biggest form on this app is the schedule appointment. And you see that it styled and colored all those form elements as well. Okay, now it's time to style and color our photo gallery, or really more just style than color. Let me show you what it looks like. The default photo gallery looks like this. It's just square thumbnails. For the actual app, this is what it looks like, circled with a dashed red border. Now we're building this app in Firefox, and Firefox doesn't handle these dashed borders quite well. So let's get there, and then I'll show you what's going on. So go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, Photo Gallery, and let's go to the photo gallery here so we can see in real time the changes. So I want to make the spacing 103 or close to it. 104, 102 will be fine. Image size, let's bump that up to 74, which we just passed. Border size, let's put a border of 2. You see the border comes around. And I'm going to change the border color now. You see the border color changed here. Now I'm going to change the border style to dashed. And you see it makes the dashes. Now this is where Firefox gets a little hinky. That when we start doing our border radius, watch what happens. The dashes actually stop, and when we do the complete circle, there are no more dashes. It's a, instead of dashed, it's basically a solid line. That is not a problem on our software. That is just a way. That's the way Firefox handles this. Now Safari and Chrome don't have an issue. Safari and Chrome look correct. For whatever reason, Firefox just doesn't handle this correctly. So it is dashed, and we're going to go to the whole border radius of 50. Of course, that's not dashed, it's a solid line, but that's just the way Firefox actually handles this. So let's click Save, go to Preview, Reload Preview, and go to photo gallery, and you see that's what it looks like there. Let's look at the actual app, and this is done in, I'm going to reload the preview. This is done in Chrome, so you'll see what it actually looks like in Chrome, and what it'll look like in Safari is just like that. So it's not a big deal, but just wanted to let you know about that. Alright, now let's style and color our social media links. And let me show you what it looks like on the actual app, which is right here. And you can see that's where, in this case, there's only one social media link, Facebook. This is the app that we're creating. And you can see that it is unstyled and uncolored. So what we need to do is we need to go to General Settings, Styles and Colors, go to Social Media, and then I'm going to scroll down so we can see what we're doing here in real time. And then I want to go to Text, and really the only thing I'm going to change here is the text color. I'm going to make those social colors. And you see it changed the text to the Facebook blue. And that's what that is. If you have Facebook, it'll change it to Facebook's color. If you have Twitter, it'll change it to Twitter's color. Yelp, gosh, any of those colors, Instagram, any of those things, it'll change it to those colors. So we change it to the text to the social color blue. We're going to go to icons, and really the only thing we're going to do here is we're going to change the icon color to social colors. And then you see how it turned the F for Facebook blue. And that's it for that. Click Save. Let's go to Preview. Let's hit Reload Preview. I'm going to show you this is what we just updated. And this is the actual app. And they look identical. Okay, now let's color the slide menu. And let me show you what the slide menu is. We have two buttons here, Menu, and you can click that one. And of course, this slide menu pops out with all of our links to our content. Same thing down here, same menu, slides out. But as you can see, this menu is just the default. It's not styled or colored in any way. Let me show you what the actual app looks like. Let me click the menu, and this is what it looks like for this particular app, how it is styled and colored. So how do we make it look like that? That's easy enough. Let's go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. And then let's go to Slide Menu Links, and let's pull that out so we can see what's going on. And we want to choose Pre-Made, and this is what we want. And of course, you see the crazy colors there. We're gonna change those up real quick. So we chose our Pre-Made. Let's go to Settings, and then let's change the background color. Color that we've been using. Of course, as you know, the background is behind, all this is in the foreground, and then there's a background color behind it, and it is that color green. So what we want to do is go to Icon Content Box, and of course that's where that purple is. That is the of course that's the icon, and the box is the Icon Content Box. We want to make that transparency. We want to take that all the way down to 0 and let whoops. There we go. And let the background shine through with that. And that's all we need to do with that. The icon, we're going to leave the icon white, so there's nothing we need to do with that. The text content box, of course, that's what all this is. And what we want to do with that is change the transparency. We're going to knock that down to about 15. And it gives it that color right there. And we'll click Save. And let's go to our main preview, and let's of course reload the preview. And of course this is the app that we're developing. We'll click Menu, and then you'll see the slide out menu. And then let me show you their actual app. And it looks identical. Exactly the same. Okay, and this is the end. What we're going to do now is rename, rearrange the home page and the slide menu links. So we're going to rearrange these, put them in the order that we want, the main links on the main page, and we're going to rearrange and probably rename some of these links in the slide menu. So how do we do that? Let's go to change anything on the front page like these links, we're going to go to Content and then Home Page. And then we're going to go to Links here. And these links here correspond to these links here. And whenever you see these up and down arrows, that means you can move these. And you see how it moved. We'll move it back, and you see it moves back. So what we're going to do is rearrange these links in the order that we want them. So I want to move Call up here, and I want to move Doggy Cam up here under that. Schedule an appointment. Join list is where I want it. Hours open. And it says addresses and maps. I actually want to change the name of that. I want that to say location. And of course you see that it updates here. It says location now. In order for this to update to say location, we have to refresh our browser. And we'll do that in just a second. I want Rate Us to be under here. And then Photo Gallery. And then Email Us, and then Share App. So let's click Save. And just so I can show you this, I'm going to reload this browser. Let's go back to, Content, Home Page. And it did say Addresses and Maps, and we'll show you now where it says Location. So that's how we want the links to appear on our home page. And now we want to rearrange and rename the links on the slide menu. So then we're going to go to General Settings, Slide Menu, and the slide menu pops out, and then we're going to open up Slide Menu. And this is the default order they're in now, and I want to move these. So I want Call, then I want Doggy Cam, and then Hours Open, and that's correct. Schedule an appointment. Whoops. There we go. Addresses and Maps, and I want to change that to say location. And then Photo Gallery, and then Rate Us, Email Us, and Share App. Now I've got it in the order that I want. Let me click Save, and it's saved. Let's go to the main preview. Let's click Reload Preview so it reloads all the newest code. And we're done with this app. It is all done. Styled, colored, everything. So if you ever have any questions, you're doing your app, you come across any problems, questions, anything like that, do not hesitate to come up here and click Support and send us a ticket, and we'll be glad to help you get beyond your problem. Thank you for watching this video.